on the Willamette River with the Cherry. That 30-point triple-double against the Cavaliers. Max Strus along with Darius Garland.
Something else. He's got a counter
for Utah, 120-91 a couple of nights ago on the road. Here's Avdia. Swinging over left wing to Kamara. Back out on top. Avdia sidestep into a three. Got it. And
what I mean by that is that was good defense from the Cavs. The Cavs guarded all of the Blazers' actions really well there, and they require you to be a big-time shot maker at the end of possessions.
Jared Allen will hand off to Sam Merrill on the move for 36% from three-point range. Cavaliers come in with the #1 rated offense in the league at 122 per. Fights through contact and laid it in with a left hand.
Gets that defender on a back or a side, and they stay there.
Merrill drops it here to Allen, goes to the chest of Klingon, makes a nice spin move.
Denny Avdia Shokev here early. Let's see how the Blazers decide to implement him on this possession.
It's Max Strus moving and then finds Kamara outside. He's poised, he pops, he hits.
So we see Denny as a scorer. That time we find Tumani, who has made at least 2 3-point shots in each of the last 5 games, longest streak of his young career.
Darius Garland puts on the brakes and pirouettes into a fader.
Show and go. We'll show that ball go the opposite way.
Sharp probes, he'll test Merrill. Off it comes to Avdia, bangs and bumps on Strus, hooks it to Klingon. Nice pump fake into a high hanging hook off the window up and in.
Nice finish from DC. The setup from Denny, it's one of those plays I'm talking about where he has a counter for what you're going to throw at him.
Max Strus on the giddy up. Lobs it to Allen, broken up by Klingon. Allen spinning inside. He steps through on Denny Avdia and laid it in. Mobley having a terrific year this year. Ball batted. Avdia grabs it out to Kamara, wide open. Nope. Rebound back tap by Klingon, but it's corralled by Garland. Blazers have numbers back defensively. Garland goes at Avdia. Brings it back to Mobley again. Juggles the ball, but this time into the clutches of Tumani. Up the floor he sails. Over to Ant. Sets his feet for 3. No. Rebound to Allen. Little hesitation off the left-hand dribble. Garland feeds to Allen. Flips it back, but Tumani right there with Garland. Topside Strus into a 3. Allen tried to tip it to Mobley, but Kamara steals it, throws it ahead to Avdia. Beautiful pass, threaded to the baseline. Cavaliers get back defensively. A good squad, 8th defensively coming into tonight's play. Sharp swings it on the wing. Merrill nearly had a pick.
To take away that initial burst.
Simons, a flip from long range. That's wayward, and it's grabbed by the Cavaliers. To Mobley, out to Merrill, over it comes to Allen to the baseline, leans in, going lefty. Klingon made it tough, but he got it back. Reload, Canal. Shaden will bring it across.
DC probably really excited to not have to deal with a 5-out Boston Celtics team right now.
Mobley just ahead of him at number 8, 6'9", and gives the Blazers a lead at 2. Good start for Portland here tonight. 4 minutes gone by. Strus curls off the screen. The pass grabbed by Mobley. Ankle high, swinging over here to Garland. Lean in Hopper, got it, a teardrop from Garland.
That's considered more than marginal.
Scrapes along the baseline, finds Denny. He pulls up and then finds Kamara peeling out into the corner. The 3 is off, batted by Garland, but not out.
There you go.
Grabbed by Klingon, powered up, no. And the rebound, grabbed by Mobley.
That was the right move. We just need him to finish that.
Garland out of backcourt, averaging 21 a game and nearly 7 assists in his 6th year out of Vanderbilt. Sharp on the exchange to Kamara. Blazers work a weave. Simons. Klingon. 13 to shoot. Tumani on the catch. Barrels in. Switches to the right hand. Using the offhand.
So I think he's done a really good job.
And Coach also telling me he's been very engaged defensively. Coach saying, you know, Shea will make mistakes, but on the defensive end. But now that just happens one time. He learns from it, clocks it, and won't make that same mistake twice.
All right, Brooke, and of course his offense has been absolutely splendid. Sam Merrill knocks down his 2nd 3 of the night. Here is Sharp winding on a triple that hits the back up. And the rebound grabbed by DeAndre Hunter. What a tremendous addition this has been. Andre Hunter has been to this ball club. And all asked to the floor. Sharp with the rebound. Sharp up the floor, accelerates into the lane. He's going to challenge Hunter. He's going to lay it up.
It's been much worse. if they high where they couldn't catch him.
And one for Sharp.
Yes.
Tom Haberstroh had a great number before the game. Tom, come on in here. 82% in the restricted area since All-Star for Shaedon Sharp. I mean, just getting stuff done in the paint, inside the arc. Now they break down defensively. 3-on-2 ahead to Sharp. Up top! Looking to pack it. Hit the back of the iron. It's grabbed by Scoot. Keeps it in play. Tried to...
In conjunction with Tumani. On the run again.
Kamara bangs into front court on the edge with Garland on him. Comes out to screen for Sharp. Advia puts a body into Hunter. Won't go, but they keep it alive. First Klingon, then...
It's all kind of cluttered. He just threw the ball up and knew that he was going to go get it no matter what.
Hunter Kennard, he knocks it down in his 18 games played with his club, 14-4 coming over from Atlanta for Karis LeVert and George Niang in the trade made at the deadline. Scoot Henderson winds up on Ty Jerome, who's having a terrific individual year. He'll pop one up to see the ball go through the net for Scoot because he has not been scoring well since that 30-point game against the Knicks. Into the lane comes Garland. He lost a handle on it. Grabbed by the Blazers on the advance. Sharp 2-on-1 downhill. Kamara with a punch.
2-on-1 fast break. Ran to perfection.
Then throwing up and in.
That's not a lucky shot for him. He shoots those similar to Anthony Simon. Same leg, same hand shots. Off balance. He finds a way to get those to go.
Time the club's met. Blazers playing above the rim. 24-21 count. They lead by 3. 4:11 to play first quarter. Garland off the high screen. Curls out of the corner. Sharp comes to attack, forcing his hand. Garland to the edge. And Tamani tried to get over there. With it up top, Jerome coming off the screen from Mobley. Over to Mobley on the roll to the hole. Lays it in. Tough shot. Well defended. Mobley averaging nearly 19 a game, 9 boards. Expanding his game. Handling it on the perimeter a little more, shooting 37% from 3. Here's Sharp working on Strus, crossed him up, step back, a beauty. Wow, that is a polished move.
Yes, it is.
Shaedon over his last 6, 19-6 a game. Mobley inside to Strus, 67% inside the arc, 82% in the restricted area. Mobley off a high screen. Inside on Scoot, forced him to reverse it. A wild shot comes off into the hands of 6'9" Delano Banton. Over it comes to Scoot, drives it into the lane, to right where he wanted.
A lot of force early in the game.
Up the floor, dribbling into a rhythm 3. You have to keep an eye on 3.5 attempts a game. He's getting career highs across the board on the offensive end. Banton, 1-on-1. Baseline, checked by Dean Wade. Out it comes on the wing. Kamara operating 7 to shoot. Jerome on the advance. Strus in the corner. He's just trying to run Cleveland off the 3-point arc.
Kamara is at stopping the opposing offense. And I'll just add, fellas, 3 more steals for Toumani Camara tonight to add to that total.
Yeah, that's amazing. He's one of 9 guys with at least 100 steals this year in the end. Been good coming off the bench for the Blazers at the 5 spot where they are extraordinarily deep. Into the pen, sneaks in with a push shot.
Last possession, the Cavs go to zone. They're struggling to guard the Blazers in a man-to-man. The Blazers carved it up last time. Looking for the gaps.
Scoop finds a gap into the lane. Just juggled for stopping the bleeding at Utah with a big win, 120-91. Mitchell, pocket pass, or you should say, thinking of Donovan Mitchell, pocket pass to Banton. Here's Scoop, pops a 3, no. Mitchell not playing tonight, didn't play in the first meeting between the 2 squads. Mitchell averaging 24 a game. And he gets the bulk of their 3-point shots. They go to Mobley inside. Excellent post defense applied by Reef.
Yep.
Banton off the screen, hook it, Reef a 3, guided it up, but left it short. Mobley reaches out to grab the board. Jerome into the lane, the 1-2. 15-27, 48%. But a lot of good stuff in the paint for the Blazers here this evening. A minute left now in the first quarter. Scoot Henderson, chest pass, Simons, 10 to shoot. Bant will brush screen, roll out, get it, shake right, move left. Comes on a diagonal. Tough shot with the right hand, veering left. Mobley spins away from the lunging Bant, and nearly had a pick. Mobley, a much better handle this year. Into the lane to the glass, couldn't finish, smoked it. Scoot comes the other way. 29 seconds remaining first quarter. And we'll have the assignment on Garland as we come back to work here in the second quarter. Strus, a look at three. Good closeout by Delano. Strus gets it back by way of Wade. And spin
will make a shot with you right in his face. He did it to the Blazers late in, was it regulation when you guys were in Cleveland?
Yes.
One of those late shots. And he just came off with some action, rolls right up. So because of that, Kev, now he's quicker off the dribble like we saw that time before.
Sharp trying to get in deep. He's spun away by Mobley, forced to shoot the fall away. Okoro comes down with a rebound. Isaac Okoro, 6'5", strong defender, off to Garland, inside of Mobley, intercepted by Matisse. Saves it into the hands of Simons. Up the floor he glides. In deep, hands to Reith, close quarters, a lot of congestion. He gets out of it. No, he doesn't. Sharp with it. Swings it to Bant. Banged by Garland. Drive and kick. Matisse to the baseline. And then the route.
And get the steal.
Blazers bringing it down. Short clock. 2-1. Simons a deep one. It's Darius Garland giving to Wade, who slips the screen, drops it in the corner to Okoro. His three goes over the iron. Reith dispatches it quickly here to Simons. Darts away from a double team, but maintaining the dribble. Now he's got Wade on him. Wants to go one-on-one. Step back. No. Really. On the outlet, it's Okoro. He breaks free.
One pass away, guarding that strong side corner. That's generally a non-help spot. And so before Anthony could even decide if he wanted to help or not, Okoro was already gone.
Ball popped free, got to Reith. His hook blocked. Garland with it. Strus. Blazers making multiple plays on the defensive end. Here's a play inside of Mobley. He lost it. Ricochets a pass. It's grabbed by Simons, and up the floor he'll march. On to Bant. Delano trying to find Reith on the trail. Goes off the fingertips, but he got it for the Blazers.
Yes.
Tips it into the corner. It's grabbed by Sharp. 13 to shoot for Shaden. Working along the baseline. Fires a bounce pass to Thibault. You see the ball go back and forth. Working the width of the floor. 1 or 2.
Well, I'm going with you.
Recalibrate. Fancy camera shots. Wow. This new age of TV.
These young kids.
Kids today. Here's Merrill with it. Look at Mobley wide open.
Where you got to talk it out and know who's splitting which two. So you know the responsibilities there so you can safeguard against Mobley.
Catch and shoot. Matisse.
He made 2 of those out of 4 attempts in the Blazers game against Boston on Sunday.
Inside Mobley. And again,
into the paint to take Mobley.
Paint points, Cavaliers active hands.
Yeah.
Cavaliers, after Mobley splits a pair, lead here by 4. 8.5 left, second quarter. Glad you're with us. Blazers checking in. 32 and 40 on the year. 3 back of Phoenix and Dallas for that last play-in spot. Mathematically still possible, but they've got to win. Start. Reith has it stripped. They've been outstanding, getting off to that incredible start this year. Simons bouncing over to Sharp, catch and shoot.
Bounce up into Shaden's pocket. So on the catch, he just continued the upward motion.
Mobley made the catch, had the space.
They can use him in so many different ways.
Yes, they can.
Offensively, we're seeing it. Defensively, when they go to their zone, they just let him drop back. They leave the middle of the zone open because they dare the opponent to try to score there with him down there.
Comes out on the perimeter here.
Yeah.
42-39 count. Cavaliers, 7:28 to go second quarter. Garland behind the Allen screen. Nope. The rebound sealed off by the muscular Okoro. 2-man play. Allen the push shot. That's short. Abdi of the rebound. Denny tonight his 3rd board with 7 points. Drives it into the lane. Tried to leave it off. I think that was a
just did there. Just did not have the execution on the pass.
Garland breaking down the perimeter and into sends up a high bank.
That you've seen, you know what a championship contender looks like. Does Cleveland Do they have the legit pieces to you?
Well, they sure
to
do.
be in that mix?
And as we mentioned, they don't have Donovan Mitchell tonight.
Yeah.
Clinging outside.
Yes, it is. And in a game like this, it is vital because if he can be respected out on the perimeter, now you get out things up. Here's Garland striking again.
I mean, last year at the end of the season, there were a lot of pundits that were saying, "Boy, the Cavaliers have got to trade. They've got to trade somebody. It's got to be Allen. It's got to be Darius Garland. Could it be? Is Mitchell unhappy? He's got to be moving on."
Yeah, we're not listening to them pundits. We're listening to you.
But not this year.
We come to you.
Scoot into the lane. Grab by Klingon on the putback. No, but a foul. Tip.
Activity. Hype. DC barking out the orders to Tumani.
Garland off the screen, a little inside. 59% from the field. Merrill's hit a couple of threes tonight. He's trying to shake Shaedon Sharpe. Gives to Allen, who may have walked. Insider insights after the Blazers postgame show.
Outscored opponents by 10. There's only 11 teams that have had a higher point differential on the season, and 7 of them won the championship. So 70% of teams that outscore opponents by this much end up winning the title. And I will add one caveat to that: the #1 point differential in NBA history belongs to this year's OKC Thunder. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, and you know, the Cavaliers have a deep bench. Ty Jerome having a terrific year, and they've suffered some tough playoff experiences as a group the last couple of years, and that will really hammer you into shape as well. Ball comes long off the Merrill miss. Scoot digs it out on a hustle play. Down the floor, accelerates into the paint behind the dribble. Got a little out of control, and the pass to the wing is intercepted. The Cavs will march back the other way. Ty Jerome into the lane. A 1-2 finds a trailer. Okoro knows his role. Back to Jerome into the lane. Wild flip, Klingon the recovery, and here comes Abdi up the floor. He's going to go right at Merrill. Ball slapped away and a foul. Zeroed in, but off the heel of it.
It's easy to pinpoint who is out for that, and you don't give the same grace or recognition of who's out for your own team. You hold your own team to a higher standard. The Blazers got some real players out of the lineup, and they did in that matchup as well. But they're still there, fighting, a part of this game, and the Cavs take them seriously. It's not like the Cavs are sleepwalking or, you know, trying to work themselves into this game. They
7 boards, 5 of 9 from three-point range. Got to keep a lid on him. Blazers on the handle. Avdia with Klingon and Kamara up top. Tamani steps out on the driving kick from Avdia. Keeping it alive is Klingon, but Blazer Ball Club locked in defensively, going back to mid-January or so. They play you all 24 seconds in that shot clock. Jerome goes in, and a lot of this stuff, this kid's like a guy's been around 8 years, but he's just 24.
Yeah.
Jerome, little hesitation move. Avdia doesn't bite. Okoro trying to spread out the defenders.
Then he's got such good feet.
Jerome off the bounce. Outlet pass intercepted by Kamara. Simons with it. Pitches to Tamani. 3 is wayward. Off the fingertips. Cavaliers swap ins with a 5-point lead.
And Tumani had Jared Allen running at him that time, and that's good.
Rebounds tonight are offensive right around the rim, and that's a big reason why he's leading the Blazers in scoring. It's because of those second chance opportunities, guys. Best
green setting and not getting himself into trouble night in and night out, but sloppy technique.
It's not only him, it's a two-way street a lot of times with the ball handler where they got to time it up with his screen set with the hot hand. I feel like, yeah, he makes 1 or 2 and he's hot, because he'll turn 1 or 2 into like 5 or 6. Returning from the injury, shooting the ball very well. We're getting Cavs Mike situated. The all-star numbers is an elite level, an elite speed. He moves similar. Oh, Anthony tried to whip that to the corner to Tumani. The Cavs all over it, and here on the break, blown. But go get that, DC. 3-on-1. We going up with it. Oh, 17. Clear for takeoff.
Simons a sweeping crossover, high runner over Mobley, contact and a foul.
Denny has the ball's feet where you plant your left foot. Now this is all relative because just because I say better than doesn't mean he can't still get up if he's on that right wing. But when he's on that left wing, it's a whole different ball game. And with Denny having the ball down the middle, something is going to happen in that situation when they have numbers.
Garland operating, they chase him off the three-point arc. Inside he finds a corner.
Go get that D. Goes to along with his teammates can be the difference in the second half.
It's so good at scoring in the paint here lately. Mobley out on the wing, being watched by Avdia. 9 to shoot. Max Strus will come to it. Allen will play make. Over here to Strus. Steps back at 3. And is up and off. And the rebound gathered in by Denny Avdia. Denny on the high bounce. Straightens up on a Kamara screen for 3. To by Sharp. Gives it back to Kamara. Tamani 9 to shoot. Shape scrapes along the baseline. Goes up and under. Mobley there to block the shot.
5 in shots that he bothers.
Oh, yeah. Simons tried to dislodge him, spring it in to a 2-pointer. Blazers within 6.
That's Anthony's first basket of the game.
1 of 5 shooting. Outside. Simons comes back with a 3. And the rebound reeled in by Mobley. Mobley to the baseline, taken away by Avdia. On the march, he's got Shade again on his left side. His pass is denied. He got it back. Sails in.
The Cavs to knock that away.
Damani. So Kamara gets the Blazers in possession there.
That ball was not released by Merrill. He wanted the continuation. Does not get it.
Sharp off the high screen into the lane. Powers up.
Power in Allen's chest and grounded Allen as a shot blocker.
Slipping the screen. Merrill inside. Sharp got to it. Spiked it. Goaltending the
Shot blocker down.
Liggett leaves it here to Simons. Shot up by Merrill. Sharp sweeps in. Kicks to Simons. Off to Kamara. Shuffles his feet.
That's not easy. Not only because he turned down the catch and shoot, which he only did because he had the length running at him, but then to regather off the dribble, which we've been seeing from Tumani all throughout the season. The progression has been steady.
Correct. And he mentioned that in the interview with Brooke before the game, something he has worked diligently on. Simons coming off the screen into the paint, double teamed over to Avdia. He'll raise for 3 and he got it. Denny Avdia in 3. Cavaliers on the attack. Strus slips screen. Mobley in deep, turns, may have dragged the pivot foot, corkscrews into a hopper. 8 for Mobley here tonight. Here's Kamara. He'll raise for another 3 that's off. And the rebound to Strus. Rookie had a lot to tell you tonight before the game.
Well, he did. So before the game also, of course, as you guys know, Coach Billups always talks to the media, and he brought up the fact that Tumani has been working very hard on his three-pointer over the...
As it on track tonight, looking for an end in January. Lost a lot of weight and just was not himself when he came back for the playoffs. Here's Sharp. Standstill 3 is off. Rebound back tap. Simon steps up. His 3 is off. Klingon trying to reel in the board. Can't. Garland up the floor. Head up and scanning. Ball tips. Garland not himself. Donovan Mitchell played in just 2 games because of an injury as well. So the Cavs on the inbounds. Allen with it.
That's a good pass.
Back cut. Strus laid it up, but the Blazers get there. Kamara and Klingon. Scoot up the floor. He'll drop it off to Sharp. Hesitates. Drives it into the paint. Out to Tamani. He'll raise. Around and out. Mobley the rebound. Cavaliers lead it by 8. This is the end of their 10-day trip here in Portland. Mobley will take it up top. Working on Avdia, trying to leverage him outside, and then Mobley very active against these 2 bigs here for the Cavaliers. Allen and Mobley. Sharp swings over to Avdia. Hard cut into Klingon.
They put a lot of pressure on you all over the floor.
Henderson to the baseline. He sends Allen to the floor. Out it comes.
Nice set up from Scoot. Tumani able to finish with that right or left hand. Prefers the right hand a lot of times when he's close to the basket.
Garland to Merrill. And off to Hunter, who's been really quiet about it. Shaden Sharp off the bounce up the floor, accelerates into the lane and go right.
As Shaden was dribbling the ball down the floor, Kev, it was similar to what Danny Avdia did a while ago that I pinpointed. He's engaging the big man to see is he going to step up or not. And when he gets his answer, that's when he decided to go.
Darius Garland picks up his 4th foul. Gives the Cavaliers a lead here of 4. Cavs started the trip with a back-to-back at Los Angeles, the Clippers, and at Sacramento. We will see Sacramento in a couple of nights. The Blazers start the first of a 5-game trip. Slanting in, Thibault lost a handle on it. Clingan on the inbounds, 10 to shoot, plenty of time, doesn't hurry it. Hands off to Thibault, screens, does the rest. Drilling
his second made 3 of the game.
Allen inside, step through, late.
Good footwork.
Cavaliers up 3, 5-10 remaining. Up top. Has had some dramatic dunks tonight.
Yeah, he redirected that one off the catch because the pass was a little low.
Jerome into the lane, sails to the glass, hits a runner.
That they haven't run in a long time. That I believe, Kev, if they were to run it against this group right now, it would work really well if they engage Allen up high. They clear DeAndre Hunter to the right. Those other defenders, I don't think they'll be able to mess with it the way the Blazers run that play. So we'll see if they kind of go to that.
Points, field goal percentage, 3-point City and Golden State. 6-point Cavalier lead, 4:19 to go, 3rd quarter. Avdia crossing over on Hunter, can't handle it. Now he goes to the knees to secure it. Gives a scoot, plows his way into the...
That's making something out of nothing going on late in that play because the Cavs defended Shaden's initial screen. They just switched it, so there was no advantage for the Blazers. They need a scoot to make a play, and he did just that.
Jerome off the high screen. Mobley will control it. 9 to shoot for the Cavaliers. Clingan steps out on Jerome. Snaps up a triple.
just to take their spirit a little bit, to do something.
They gotta stop.
Ty Jerome, he's feeling too good.
They gotta stop him first. 8 in the quarter for Jerome. Mobley, in which they are 4-2, a 7-game homestand. On the inbounds, Clingan the 3. He's already hit 1 range. He's hit 2 here tonight. He's pulled the Blazers to within 4. Mobley shows him, drives it, and a foul on Donovan.
Blazers even drafted him, and it's really impressive to Coach Billups. This is the #1 pick right here. You know, he could have looked at it that way selfishly, but he didn't. He puts team first, and now his time has arrived to shoot that 3-point shot.
Driving it with force, and then the sudden pull-up, pulling the Blazers to within 3. Henderson now defends on Jerome. He crossed him over, glides to the baseline, and he is bumped on the pass. 2:52 left in the 3rd. And he also had 6 steals, which was a career quarter.
Cavs go back to that zone defense. Kind of a 1-2-2 type of look.
Off to Scoot for 3, no. Rebound batted by Banton, keeps it alive. Blazers playing with 3 point guards out there. Simons, Scoot, Banton. And Thibault drills another 3.
Recognition. Because against that kind of zone where there's a pinpoint guy at the top, you split that guy with 2 Blazers, and they did just that. They get the engagement that they need from that corner. So now Matisse, he's 1 pass away, wide open.
Jerome outside, he'll trigger, and to go 3rd quarter. Bouncing ahead is Scoot, grabbed by Reef.
The same way, they need to slide Anthony over to the left though.
Late on the clock, Banton a step back, around and out. Sailing in for the board was Mobley.
That wasn't the same good formation that they needed.
Mobley fakes the 3, put it on the deck, forced out into the corner, waiting for a cutter. It's him. It's a Scoot on his hip and laid it in.
Yeah, he sure looked that way. Strong move, took the hit, got the finish.
Scoot into the paint, pirouettes to Simons. Off it comes to Banton. Arcs a 3 up there. Too much air into that one. An air ball. Tipped in the 3rd. Cavaliers have led by as many as 11. The Blazers by as many as 5. 7 lead changes and 4 ties in this one. Mobley operating on the 6'9" Banton. Double to Wade. The extra pass here to Strus. Nice find, Hunter.
We talked about championship type teams. This is what they do. They close quarters strong. especially going into the final frame.
Bible coming stuff. Step back jumper, scoot, a three, dancing off, rebound tipped, and Wade out on the floor. Blazers have reinserted Abdia on the deck. Simons could be the wild card here in the fourth quarter play. Jerome drives it into the lane to the glass. Wheels one up, good deep by the Blazers. And here come the Portland Trail Blazers with Abdia in control. Simons outside, dancing with a dribble, step back three. Got it. Mate previous to that hit. Oh, it's always a wild card. He can score it. Wade in transition.
The bucket that Anthony just got.
Wade has given the Cavs some good minutes here in the second half. Drop step spin into the lane. Abdia.
To be, can they deal with Mobley?
Yeah.
And the size that he provides.
In comes Scoot, bouncing over to Thibault. The three is off. Manton jabs at the rebound. It's recovered though by Mobley. Wade with it on the handle. Bad hand off to Mobley. He laid it in. They had a chance there.
Yeah.
Cavaliers open up an 8-point lead with 10:23 to go in the fourth quarter. Simons outside at three. Tipped by Matisse Thybulle. He'll get it back. He'll raise again for another triple and perimeter.
I like this, experimenting from Coach Billups and the coaching staff with this smaller group. Oh, wow. Is this okay to try that out? Because you don't skill to do it, but depending on what the mindset is on a particular night, you don't know. So he showed them that he's about his business. And,
and you get Matisse out there making the three like he has, 5 of 6. And if Simons can catch fire, here's Abdia for three. That is off.
Oh no, Donovan's going to get something here. A chiropractic adjustment.
Sure looked like it. Sure looked like
he was looking out for him. He was looking out.
Blazers with a loose ball. Thibault into the lane. Kick out pass. Scoot in the air for three. Henderson's first hit out there. Blazers 16 of 43, 37%. They pull within 5, 9:22 remaining. Ty Jerome off the screen. Draws Thibault off his feet very often.
Yeah, he is crafty.
Thibault leaving his feet. Jerome matching his output from the first meeting of the year, 25 points. Abdia coming off his screen. Drives a three, up 6 from 3 on the inbounds. Clingan will step out on a pressure release. Hands to Scoot off the screen. He draws Mobley across the middle. Went into the air. Fourth quarter. Henderson has had a nice game tonight on the offensive end. Mobley outside, contemplates, shoots the three. Nope, raising up to the rebound is Abdia. 102-97. Cavaliers a lead of 5. Abdia up the floor, draws Wade outside. Now Wade will switch off on Sharp. Crossing over, right to left, left to right, into the lane, rejected by Mobley. Goal to lane, and a runner by Ty Jerome is off. Sharp for the board. Looks down the floor, and Kamara, Clingan, Abdia, Scoot Henderson out there, and Shaden Sharp.
If they can get a switch, Kev, where Danny Abdia has Garland on him, Danny's going to look to take advantage of that.
Ball fake, Sharp. Drives baseline, sees Allen in the rear view. Picks up Okoro on the way. Jump there that's off. Cavaliers break down the floor. Merrill with it. Good three-point shooter. Stiff arms, gives to Okoro to the end line. Trailing is Allen. 7:48 remaining, fourth quarter. Blazers relentless, coming right back. Sharp off the screen from Clingan. Hook pass, Scoot, catch, shoot, three, up and in! Scoot Henderson with a triple, unrelenting, staying with it. Coming back at the Cavs, 7.5 left, fourth quarter. Garland to midcourt. Finds Allen. Clingan keeps his feet, but
yeah, Kev, DC's got to be a little. The shooter could have very easily been at the line. There is some contact on the shot, and Allen is slippery, so it's a tough cover. But DC is equipped.
Sharp forced a step back, changes shot to a pass, and he drove it right by unactivated. Score a free 6-piece chicken McNugget tomorrow if you're locally owned and operated. McDonald's, purchase of $2 or more. Garland's offering is off. And Clingan comes down with a board. He's got 11 tonight to go with his 18 points. Denny Abdia up the floor. Giddy up, dribble into the lane. Backhand run
on him. Not that Garland won't fight and claw, but he's a smaller guy. So think if Denny just did that to that size against Wade, if he can get the smaller guy on him, he can look to take advantage of that as well.
Garland coughs it up off the glass. Sharp the other way. Surveys the 1-2. Finger rolling up. No whistle. Cavs come the other way. Got to get back. Garland with it. Cross court, Maryland transition. The three is good. 6 minutes left, fourth quarter. A runner that would have tied the game. Instead, it turns back to the Cavaliers for a lead of 5 after Merrill cans the triple. Scoot trying to avoid Garland. Shakes him. Gives to Klingon another 3. Dancing off. Rebound directed by Merrill and into the hands of Garland. Darius up the floor. Speeds in on the guard of Kamara.
Good defense.
A lot of contact here on both ends of the floor. They're letting him play with 5.5 left. Kamara with it. Slants in. Power drive. All right, so they've got to shake it off here. Cavaliers will bring it up with Okoro. Along with Merrill, Allen, DeAndre Hunter, and Garland in the corner here to the near side. 9 to shoot. Hunter, a 3 up, no. And the rebound comes right to Okoro, driving into the lane with Garland.
Hunter shot that way because he thought that there was contact that would lead to a foul being called. And a lot of times those really bad misses like that, those air balls, they favor the offensive player. The defender's trying to block out and then able to run right into it.
Sharp of the 3 that won't go. The Cavaliers open up a lead of 8, 4:49 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Garland up top. Kamara trying to squeeze through that screen. Garland into the lane. All scores.
Yeah, quick. Guards in the league, they have all those shots. This is the first time that they played against a lot of height. A lot of times that's been the story of their career.
Gets to the rim and it just won't go. Cavaliers 56 per second chance opportunities for the Blazers. That's their game. 11 for the Cavs. 9 Blazer steals tonight. Cavaliers #1 record in the East. Garland with it. Puts Kamara in his hip pocket, then turns.
Get really scary when they have a lead, a bit of a cushion, and they have that type of all-star play at the guard position that can manage the rest of the game.
Kamara outside. Blazers got to get a quick strike here. Under 4 minutes. Scoot trying to avoid Garland, draws the foul.
And it feels like, okay.
These elite athletes don't have Kamara. 8-point lead for the Cavs. 3:46 to go in the fourth quarter. Scoot Henderson having a nice night. 18, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Now they got to defend Garland. Shifty, double team to Allen. Chest pass over to Mobley. Out on top to Merrill. In the corner. Okoro. Nice pass. Two-hand jam.
Well, the Blazers made the decision that time to put 2 on the ball and not let Garland be the one to beat them. And then the Cavs said, okay, we'll use our entire team out and get it to the open shot down low.
Oh, the Cavaliers just stymied Denny Avdia. They came to him with 2 7-footers and the ball ripped out of his hands. Here's Garland the other way. A 3. Steered it up. No. Rebound grabbed inside by Allen. Over to Garland looking for the cap. 12. Simons with it on a Kamara screen. Into the lane. Races to the glass. Makes contact. 9 from 3. Blazers including tonight. 4 home games remaining. 6 road. Garland up the floor. Cavaliers riding him right now to a 10-point lead with 2:40 left. Garland now being watched by Simons. Crossing over into a jumper from the top. Kamara the rebound. He has Simons fanning out the corner. 1 dribble and a 3 for Simons. Grazed the iron. Just not having it tonight. Offensively just not there for the Blazers. Leading score at 19.5. Garland. Checked by Simons. He presses up. 8 to shoot. 2:09 remaining. Garland off the high bounce. Off it comes to Okoro. Boy, he makes some nice passes from that dunker spot. Allen missed the hook. Avdia the other way. Denny a 3 straight away. And he's a 10 on KUNP at the line. Okoro will bring it out of backcourt. Okoro right now part of their finishing crew with Donovan Mitchell out of tonight's game. Center of the floor, 34 remaining. Scoot sizes up Allen over to Avdia. Quick shot from 3. Allen with a rebound. Allen a 14-9 night. Mobley 21-12. Garland in command, into the lane, the teardrop, left it short. Scoot the other way, on the push.
Needs to get a 3 up.
And he does in transition. One and done. Glass.
They've had some shots,
Yeah, sure.
even over the last minute.
No, it's
like right now,
right.
even they can just keep trying to run the ball out of their hands. And though it's not likely that they come back in this game, but they've gotten some shots.
Merrill looking deep, throws out on the wing. Coral leans back. That one's off, and the rebound to Simons. 35 seconds remaining in this one. Blazers fly out of here tomorrow to Sacramento. We started a 5-game road trip. Avia, his 3 is off. Blazers tonight, 17 of 52 from three-point range. That ought to do it. Cavaliers are going to be able to dribble out the clock and win it here tonight. And the wrap-up of their road trip that saw them, after losing 4 in a row, beat Utah. Kenny Atkinson, former assistant there, and he was an assistant. 58th victory of the year. They go to 20.